So welcome one and all to our live coverage of the ongoing group stage here, the tournament making steady progress towards its knockout phase. We'll be ready to go once the final checks are carried out. We have a hugely expectant crowd here. We just hope that the game lives up to the atmosphere. The Monumental, a fabulously impressive arena. It stands out amongst its contemporaries in this part of the world. They appear to be shaping up in a 4-4-2 formation.
Reminders of a golden era in English football, I should add. And it continues to hold its place in the modern game. Playing a second striker runs the risk of being outnumbered in midfield, of course, so with the wider pairing and fullbacks, plenty of running has to be part of their play. And of course, the right service into the box.
And we're underway. It's a decent ball. Can he shoot? Hoists it forward. Defender's on the back foot. And that's sprayed out wide. Mascherano. Danilo. Salas. He's got options out wide. It's got... and the finish! He's delivered all right! Oh, high-quality goal. Lovely first touch. Sumptuous second. Deadlock broken. It's 1-0.
Yeah, and they know there's plenty of work left in this one, Peter, before they can actually say that the job is over.
Christian Zapata. Hardly anything between the sides, and it's 1-0. Well, the defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again. And the shot! And for a moment, time stood still.
Well, it was just some wayward passing that let the opposition in then, and I have to say, a very lucky escape. You lose it there, you expect to be punished.
Forward it goes. Izquierdo. He's making good use of his strength there, just refuses to be out-muscled. Just brushed off the ball there. And that's been won straight back, plays it long. And that has been cleared. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, I think that defence there thought they were in good position and they had him where they wanted, yet somehow he's worked the scoring position when it didn't see him on. It's really crafty business, that.
So that's 2 now without reply.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Who's ball? Who's going to get that? We've reached half-time. To review the first half.
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
It has been a remarkable contest, decorated by goals, and 2 between them at half-time. Here's the start of the second half. Christian Zapata. Looks to clip it forward. Doesn't get the pass he's looking for. Danilo. Tries to get it forward quickly. And help's available out wide. Can he deliver? Heads it! Yes! And they are pulling clear here. Great header, made it look easy.
Yeah, I just thought he wanted that more than anyone else on the pitch, and it was fully deserved. He gave it everything he had.
His second of the game, and an eye now for the hat-trick. 3 without reply. This is becoming a stroll.
Izquierdo.
He spotted the run and played him through. Big chance! Mascherano.
This defence just doesn't trust itself to play a higher line.
Frightened of people getting in behind.
Yeah, absolutely. It just opens up the opportunity of not only strikers getting behind, but the runners from midfield too.
Salas. Goes for goal!
Well, I think when you're in that situation, all you can do is tip your hat to the keeper, because that was fantastic.
Certainly caught him there. It's a free kick.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Looking to pull clear here. He's shaping up to have a crack from here. Going for goal! Oh, how's that for a goal? A finish of true class. Players ecstatic, fans delirious. This is utopian. Dispatched expertly, nicely done. Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. And it's played forward. Well positioned to make that interception.
Well, decisiveness has deserted them, Peter. They need precision, and it's sadly absent.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Demolition, destruction, annihilation. They simply ran away with it. Back to winning ways. 2 wins out of 3. It is a very decent return. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Yeah, they had a game plan which was about hammering away in central positions, and it paid off. For me...
And so the prevalent question on everybody's mind ahead of the game here, will they make it out of the group stage? Well, the odds are very, very good on paper. A single point is all that they need, and they need no favours from anybody else. It is in their hands. The faithful has every right to expect, to believe, a feeling very much reflected in the pre-match atmosphere. The unique shape of this stadium makes it a spectacular sight. So the first box is more or less ticked. It is a time to concentrate on what happens next.
To be perfectly honest, Peter, it would be a big surprise for them to slip up at this stage and not qualify now. Thinking about a point is potentially much more problematical than going after 3. We've seen many a team do that, and before you know it, they're getting it wrong. If they're true to themselves, I'm ready to back their chances.
And we're on the way. Well, try as they might, they just couldn't get into an attacking area. It over to the other flank. Fernando Gago. They just need to avoid defeat. It would mean so much to them. Just brushed off the ball there. It's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Has a pop! Just needed to be better than that, and he knows it. Has a pop! And they've got it back as soon as they gave it away. It's a loose ball. With a delicate ball. He's got options out wide. That is terrific skill. And he's cut it out. Looks to thread it through. Keeper's ball. Loose ball, who's going to get that? Hoists it forward. Tries to get it forward quickly. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. And it's played forward. Good challenge, he just stood firm. So who can spark this game into life? Navas. Gone back to the keeper. And it's half-time here. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, this has proved a very frustrating day so far, especially for the strikers. Nothing has been created for them. I think the service has been extremely poor.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. Already up and running for the second half.
Well, that first 45 minutes didn't deliver as we'd...
He's not played the ball, that's a foul. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned. Going for goal! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. across the line, and it's a throw. Has he picked him out? And he's there to hoof it away. Has a goal! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
All he'll be thinking is, please, ground, swallow me up.
Not long left, and still we await the breakthrough. Goes for goal! That has certainly tested the keeper.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Enough try.
Good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work, though.
Good spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. There's going to be another change here.
Yeah, he's run himself into the ground, hasn't he? And it's good to see that the crowd appreciate his efforts, because he has put in a real honest shift.
Well read, he sorted that out. And the shot! Well, that is rather wayward. Forward it goes. It is now or never. Time is against them.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
It's a promising ball. Cut out in the chance! Oh, that's incredible! And surely that has won the day! Was there ever any doubt?
Yeah, and he knew all along what he wanted to do, and it's a really great instinctive finish.
Big occasion. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Oh, just see the thrill amongst the players. They have made it into the knockout stage. 3 games, 3 wins. A 100% stroll through the group stage. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, not as smooth as they would have preferred, but they're through, and that's the bit that matters most.
So welcome one and all to our live coverage of the ongoing group stage here, the tournament making steady progress towards its knockout phase. We'll be ready to go once the final checks are carried out. We have a hugely expectant crowd here. We just hope that the game lives up to the atmosphere. This must be amongst the favoured arenas of supporters all over the world. It really does have a very special feel to it. And the list of names suggests that what we have in front of us here, Jim, is a 3-5-2 formation.
It's a setup that's been enjoying quite a renaissance in recent times, and one that complements the counter-attack very nicely, with 2 strikers, 2 wing-backs, and potentially 2 runners from central midfield. You can understand its attraction because it really can get the numbers into the opposition's box, and equally it can get the numbers back into your own.
And we're underway. Plays it long. And he's there to clear it. They've won a corner.
Great start, but we've seen teams surprise themselves with early goals before and sit back. They've got to avoid that.
Spectacular header. He really flung himself at that.
You know, it takes a lot of courage to do that, to throw yourself at the ball knowing you could catch a boot in the head. Well done, son.
Big occasion, big goal, crucial lead.
Well, that goal has got the whole stadium rocking here. This is exactly the kind of atmosphere the players should feed off now.
Defenders on the back foot. Brought forward. What does he try from here? It's got through. Drop, shot at goal! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low.
I actually like to see that in shots at goal, when there's a noticeable effort to get over the ball and keep it down.
Good spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. There has been just the early goal here, and it's 1-0. And it's played forward. Plays it out to the flank. He could be in here. Has a pop! He has got it! And they're at it again in double quick time. Finishing doesn't come simpler than that. Bang in front of goal.
I just think it's clever positioning from clever movement, and when all of that is synchronised with the right pass, that's what happens.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that second goal has given them so much more command and confidence now, and they should be able to take it on from here and either add to their lead or close it out. Surely they'll manage one or the other.
Out towards the flank. Loose ball, who's going to get that? Gorgeous control there. Shapes to shoot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
Another corner then. Tries to get it forward quickly. Hits one! Oh, what a wonderful stop!
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
Oh, smart save. Floats one over, and he's cut it out. And here's the chance to counter. The first 45 minutes are up. We can review the first half.
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
It has been a remarkable contest, decorated by goals, and two between them at half-time. Already up and running for the second half. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Has gone out. That's not going to go down too well with his teammates. Going for goal! Now the ball's come loose and the chase is on. And the shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, you can't ask for much more than that. A difficult moment he simply had to deal with.
Well, the first goal came from this. Repelled by the keeper. Turns and goes back, has a hit! Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Goes for goal! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
He'll be fuming with himself for not converting. He could have killed it off.
There's going to be another change here. Castro. Real chance! Oh, should have put that away.
Yeah, this is part of the job. Head down and keep plugging away.
So not long left in this now. And it's got through. A little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust. Castro. Looking to break out here. The referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. And the manager heads down the tunnel, swathed in satisfaction. His team have carried out his instructions to the word, and they have got their win. So 4 points from 9, it leaves them right on the cusp and sweating on the group equation. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Yeah, they had a game plan which was...
They can more or less feel it now, avoid defeat here, and they will take that eagerly awaited place in the knockout stage. The odds overwhelmingly in their favour. Everybody is expectant here, the crowd is up, they think the job is just about done. Indeed, in fact it is. One more point does it, just one. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely picture perfect for a game of this nature. So the first box is more or less ticked. It is a time to concentrate on what happens next.
To be perfectly honest, Peter, it would be a big surprise for them to slip up at this stage and not qualify now. Thinking about a point is potentially much more problematical than going after 3. We've seen many a team do that, and before you know it, they're getting it wrong. If they're true to themselves, I'm ready to back their chances.
So we're up and running.
There's a long ball.
Keeper's ball. Well, they could break here. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Good spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. A good deal hanging on what they can achieve here. A point will do. Nelson. He gets past his man. And he's managed to beat absolutely everyone. Hoists it high. Goalkeeper's ball. And he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
And now the breakaway brings it forward. Goes for goal! That has certainly tested the keeper.
The keeper really dug out his defence then. A magnificent effort.
Knocks it away. Up to meet it! That's a half-decent try.
Good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work, though.
Hoists it forward. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Raphael. He's pinged one through here. Real chance! Looking to break out here. Battles to win it back. Raphael. Chance to break. Good challenge, he just stood firm. And the referee brings the first half to a close. So the other team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goals. To review the first half.
I think it's been a very impressive defensive effort. They've never been broken down. They contained the opposition attack extremely well.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. Already up and running for the second half. 0-0 then, and we're back underway. Chance! A real chance and a real let-off.
He trapped it expertly, Peter, and released it very differently.
Raphael gets wrestled off the ball. More than happy to take the muscular approach. Good running with the ball. Can they build on it? Oh, shooting chance! Forward it goes. 0-0 the score, and we're just about done. A deeply frustrating game. And it's got through. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Tries to get it forward quickly. Gets it back. Oh, that's clearly not what he wanted to do. Gets the better of his man. He's gone for it! And he's found the net! Finally the breakthrough! Well, he was never going to miss from there. So much to aim at.
And that's what the game is all about. Find space and finish, but we have to credit the passer to pick him out.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious as to who was going to be taken off. His energy levels began to sag, and he was never going to last until the final whistle.
big occasion, big goal, crucial lead. And it is a narrow lead, but they are clinging on to it right now. He's made sure that that won't get through. Driving on now, what can they conjure from here? Just 5 minutes left. Just a few more moments for them to hang on.
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
And that will be the final act. I'll just see the thrill amongst the players. They have made it into the knockout stage. And in the end, they have strolled through comfortably. Unbeaten, 7 points from 9. And they are gathering momentum into the knockout stage. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
It's certainly doing it the hard way, Peter, but the most important thing is that the team got the job done. Getting through is all that mattered, and whatever tests came their way, they showed they were more than capable of dealing with it, an experience that can benefit them all in the longer term.
So welcome one and all to our live coverage of the ongoing group stage here, the tournament making steady progress towards its knockout phase. We'll be ready to go once the final checks are carried out. We have a hugely expectant crowd here. We just hope that the game lives up to the atmosphere. This one of the great amphitheatres of the game. You are welcome to it, and indeed to one of the grandest fixtures. They appear to be shaping up in a 4-4-2 formation.
Well, the obvious standout in today's football in this system is that it provides you with extra presence in attack. With many shaky defences about, getting the right partnership in that department can pay rich dividends, as long as there's a good early supply. So playing two strikers can be a real help to this team. I mean, 4-4-2 these days, Peter, gets a lot of criticism, but it's unfair. Any system can work if you've got the right players.
There's the whistle.
There's a long ball.
And he's there to clear it. Breaks on here. Battles to win it back. He's not played the ball, that's a foul. Away from immediate danger. Doesn't get the pass he's looking for. And now the breakaway. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Tries to get it forward quickly. Ball's loose, who's getting there? Oh, shooting chance! A real chance and a real let-off. Neither side yet able to find the net. Tries a shot! Oh, a very decent attempt. Hit long and direct. Cut out in the nick of time. Clears it out of harm's way. And he has been fouled there. Gets it upfield. Pass needed to be better than that, and he knows it. Hoists it forward. Looks to clip it forward. It'll be a throw-in. Played into the middle. Pings it out wide. More than happy to take the muscular approach. It's a very good battle there, terrific to watch. Well played, he saw that coming. That is going to be the final action of the first half. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goals. An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. And the action is back underway.
At least there's always a plus side to a scoreless half. Defences are doing what they should, and it's going to take good imagination to break the deadlock here.
He's got options out wide. Just brushed off the ball there.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Looking to break out here. It's being played forward. He's through. What? And the shot! And it's played forward. Paredes. Gets it back. Challenge, but well within the laws. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Very future. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. And the weighted pass. In comes the cross.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious as to who was going to be taken off. His energy levels began to sag, and he was never going to last until the final whistle.
Well, that's where he wants it. Lavezzi.
As scoreless games go, I'd be happy to see this one carry on a bit longer because it's had great honesty and hard work and total commitment. As for a possible winner, I'm still not predicting.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
It didn't quite come off on this occasion, but it only needs a gentle tweak.
There's going to be another change here.
I think this is going to add an entirely different dimension to their attack now. They've got the physical presence, they've got a real aerial threat, and it looks more promising from here.
Forward it goes. And help's available out wide. Repelled by the keeper. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Frustrating game for attackers on either side. They hardly had a sniff. Defence is broadly in charge, and it has finished goalless. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
So we just await the arrival of the teams here in what is a crucial game. It appears to be a fairly safe place that they find themselves in. Very probably avoiding defeat will be sufficient to progress in the competition, and that is reflected in an air of optimism, indeed confidence swirling all over the place here. The mood is very, very good. Certainly this is a very, very impressive venue, quite a sight to behold. So the first box is more or less ticked. It is a time to concentrate on what happens next.
To be perfectly honest, Peter, it would be a big surprise for them to slip up at this stage and not qualify now. Thinking about a point is potentially much more problematical than going after three. We've seen many a team do that, and before you know it, they're getting it wrong. If they're true to themselves, I'm ready to back their chances.
So that's got things underway. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. The ball has crossed the line, and it's a throw. Gets it, and now what? Shoots!
Oh, denied brilliantly.
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
Towering header! No, he didn't quite meet it right.
Good play all round. He was well hustled and still got a shot away.
They just need to avoid defeat. It would mean so much to them. Well, they could break here. And the ball's come loose and the chase is on. Goes to finish!
Well, to put it this way, he's probably made better decisions.
Lobs it in gently, looking for space out wide. Referee's had a good look and given a corner. Massive lead! Dispatched clinically! Great corner, and he did the rest.
Well, as contact goes, that was tremendous, and it helped him to direct it exactly where he wanted into that net. I think when it comes to the aerial department, this fella is definitely no slouch.
Big occasion, big goal, crucial lead.
That's the way you go about things if you want to qualify. It's superb.
Ball needed to be better there, it's a wasted chance. Gets the better of his man. That's one way of trying to make things happen. There's a few who could follow that example. Cuts it out. He's tried one. Oh, that's a fine save.
He's very lucky to recover that, and he shouldn't have put himself in that position in the first place.
Gets away from his opponents. Oh, well defended. That had to be done.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into...
And the finish! Yes! With half-time at hand. Perfect timing.
What a great finish, but how about the touch? It just allowed him to put the ball exactly where he wanted it, and the rest became a formality.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Look, get your seatbelts on, because this is showing all the signs of another roller coaster ride.
Oh, no, that's not the ball he wanted. There's the whistle for half-time. So, a very watchable game so far. Action at both ends and the team's level. So, both teams heading off for the break. An interesting game has brewed up here. Hoping perhaps for a little bit more from both parties in the second half. But the score at half-time is 1-1. The action has already resumed here. Tries to get it forward quickly. And that's put paid to a promising move. He's gone for goal! No, he's missed it.
Yeah, on another occasion, all that went wrong may come right.
He's pinged one through here. So who's he picking out? Well read, he sorted that out. He gets past his man. Chance! Decent enough try.
Good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work, though.
There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. And it's played forward. Battles to win it back. He spotted the run and played him through. It's a fine run and he's happy to keep going. Here's the cross.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
Couple of changes then in quick succession.
Well, he's worked so hard for his side, as you would expect, but you couldn't help notice that he was starting to labour a bit, so it's no surprise.
Good work on the right flank. Now, what's next? A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
He's through the middle. Shapes to shoot! Oh, yes, it's there! And that has raised the roof! A pretty simple finish in the end. What do you think, Jim?
I just think it's clever positioning from clever movement, and when all of that is synchronised with the right pass, that's what happens.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Look, their supporters must be going barmy about this because there's no sense of purpose in what we're seeing.
It is just a question of running down the clock now. And that will be the final act. I'll just see the thrill amongst the players. They have made it into the knockout stage. And in the end, they have strolled through comfortably. Unbeaten, 7 points from 9. And they are gathering momentum into the knockout stage. The end of the game. Reflections?
Well, not as smooth as they would have preferred, but they're through, and that's the bit that matters most.
Hello and welcome all to what I'm sure is going to be an unmissable game. Here's the key information. We have a side looking to make it into the exclusive knockout stage of the competition. A victory does it, but anything less than that could lead to all sorts of complications. Everybody is ready to go once we have the formalities out of the way. This place simply a monument to the game. So much prestige, so much pride, so much passion whenever football is played here. Well, it really is a terrific sight here, and it goes to underline just how far this game could go towards shaping the fortunes of the team.
Well, Peter, there's good pressure and bad, but this leans very much to the former, and a big chance to take everything on a level. These players have to embrace and tackle the task ahead with the courage and confidence they've grown for a time like this. I expect them to swim and not sink, and they won't need a rubber ring here either.
And that gets things running. He goes long. Got a size of goal here. Has a hit! And he's found the net! The ideal start! He was so alert to the possibilities there. Great stuff.
Oh, Peter, you can't teach that. You either have it or you don't. His anticipation is on another level to everyone else's. Superb.
Big occasion, big goal, crucial lead.
Well, look, you've got to start your qualification process at some stage, Peter, and that goal is takeoff for them.
Now a chance to break. Has he picked him out? He's gone for it! Goal! 2 up, 2 easy. How many more to come?
Looking back at that, that's how you play on the counter. Quick and decisive and ruthless with the finish. I thought it was a stunning, stunning breakaway.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, unsurprisingly, Peter, the opposition look completely stunned. I'm not sure they can gather themselves.
Good spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. Just starting to get the first signs of rain here. Forward it goes. Ball's out on the left now. And through to the goalkeeper. Ginola. Victory now would mean so much. And he's had a shot! A wonderful effort, all by himself.
Well, I just hope he won't let the failure to score affect him. With the ability he has, he can reproduce.
Out towards the flank. Battles to win it back. Dashing forward at pace. Civelli. Sanchez. That's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. Oh, that is lovely footwork. And the weighted pass. And that's been won straight back. Breaks on here. He gets past his man. Could go all the way here. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. Just the talking to, I think. Yes, it is. first half to a close. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, they had their opponents reeling in that half, Peter, and the break may influence a change somehow, but don't hold me to it.
Half of massive entertainment and excitement. A 2-goal margin, yes, but all things still possible. The action has already resumed here. No changes at half-time that we're aware of. Palacio plays it out to the flank. Gorgeous control there. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Sanchez. More than happy to take the muscular approach. And now the breakaway. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Oh, what a big chance! No attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work, though.
Ginola. Real chance to break. Well weighted. Palacio! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
They're just lacking a cutting edge, Peter, and while that's fairly obvious, the rest of their attacking play is actually quite good.
Looks to clip it forward. He's through the middle. And he heaves it forward. Shot at goal! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
A more than decent attempt, Peter.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Gets it back. Took too long getting forward.
Look, if they're going to counter, it has to be pacier and much more decisive.
Gets up to head it! Danger averted for now. Almost nothing left on the clock here. The referee has his flag raised for offside. And there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Yeah, he's run himself into the ground, hasn't he? And it's good to see that the crowd appreciate his efforts, because he has put in a real honest shift.
Keeper sends it forward. Time added on, 4 minutes. Cuts it out. Palacio. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Oh, just see the thrill amongst the players. They have made it into the knockout stage. They have bounced straight back, 2 wins from 3, and that ought to be enough. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, not as smooth as they would have preferred, but they're through, and that's the bit that matters most.
They can more or less feel it now, avoid defeat here, and they will take that eagerly awaited place in the knockout stage. The odds overwhelmingly in their favour. Everybody is expectant here, the crowd is up, they think the job is just about done. Indeed, in fact it is. One more point does it, just one. So what a stage for the players to take to here ahead of such an important game. So the first box is more or less ticked. It is a time to concentrate on what happens next.
To be perfectly honest, Peter, it would be a big surprise for them to slip up at this stage and not qualify now. Thinking about a point is potentially much more problematical than going after 3. We've seen many a team do that, and before you know it, they're getting it wrong. If they're true to themselves, I'm ready to back their chances.
So off we go then. Hit long and direct. Well, they can break here, and he's onside.
Oh, super tackle. They were outnumbered and under the cosh. That had to be spot on, and it was.
Some good work on the right flank. Now, what's next? Good idea, just poorly executed. Gets it upfield. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. A real chance to break. He's got through. Now, can he capitalise? Deflected behind for a corner kick. He's gone for it! Great leap! Knocks it away. He's there to receive it. In he goes again! He's missed, but not by that far.
Good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work, though.
Forward it goes. Gets it back. Aguero. He's made sure that that won't get through. That always looked inevitable. The defence dealt with that really well. Keeper sends it forward. There's the half-time whistle. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goals. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
It's been a pretty abject performance. No efforts at goal. I'm struggling to remember the last time we had that.
Interesting half, just missing goals, so don't be surprised if the second half brings a change to the scoreline at the break, 0-0. And we are already promptly back underway.
At least there's always a plus side to a scoreless half. Defences are doing what they should, and it's going to take good imagination to break the deadlock here.
Up to meet it! And that's caused a worry or two.
A more than decent attempt, Peter.
Aguero. Well, into the second half, and it's still goalless. Oh, good interception. And the shot! Not long left, and still we await the breakthrough. Looking to force his way through. The defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again. There's the through ball. A chance! Great challenge, time to perfection.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
Hits one! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low.
I actually like to see that in shots at goal when there's a noticeable effort to get over the ball and keep it down.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. Two changes being made right now. So not long left in this now. The final 5 minutes. Tries lifting it over. Looking for space out wide. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. He could be in here. Moreno. And that is that. Well, they could only manage a draw, but that will do. They have made it to the next stage. Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, not as smooth as they would have preferred, but they're through, and that's the bit that matters most.
So welcome one and all to our live coverage of the ongoing group stage here, the tournament making steady progress towards its knockout phase. We'll be ready to go once the final checks are carried out. We have a hugely expectant crowd here. We just hope that the game lives up to the atmosphere. Well, this really is a great venue. It adds so much character to every game it stages. It appears to be a 4-4-2 formation, Jim.
Well, the obvious standout in today's football in this system is that it provides you with extra presence in attack. With many shaky defences about, getting the right partnership in that department can pay rich dividends as long as there's a good early supply. So playing two strikers can be a real help to this team. I mean, 4-4-2 these days, Peter, gets a lot of criticism, but it's unfair. Any system can work if you've got the right players.
Well, we're on the way. Deftly done. Oh, that is asking for trouble. And it's played forward. Sanchez. There's a pop! Now the counter. Scocco. He's made sure that that won't get through. Gets it upfield. And it's been taken straight back. It's gone for a throw-in. Tries to get it forward quickly. He could be in here, and the finish! He's got the ball glued to his feet. Goes for goal! And he's found the net! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Well, you know, sometimes it pays off not to think too much about things, just put your foot through it, and that was a good example. Great contact, and the keeper had very little chance.
Big occasion, big goal, crucial lead.
Look, I'm sure that silencing the crowd would have been mentioned in the dressing room beforehand, and just listen.
Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Play for a throw. He's not going to get that. Doesn't get the pass he's looking for. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. And there's the end of the first half. And there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It is very, very tight.
Well, it hasn't exactly gone to plan so far, but there's no need to panic. There's still plenty of time to get back into this. As always, an early goal would help swing things back in their favour.
Well, we're already into the second period.
Well, it seems like the perfect situation for fortune favouring the brave. 45 minutes to pack in enough risk-taking to get this match turned around. It's very doable.
Great leap! Good delivery, but no joy.
Well, being able to generate that amount of activity in the box means it's hard not to pick someone out.
Pinged forward. That's not going to make it. He acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
Was too timid to make it through the defence. It'll be noted and improved upon, I'm sure.
Ortega. Has a hit! Yes!
I can give the keeper a little sympathy here because I think he might have been slightly unsighted. However, credit where it's due, it's still a fine finish from a tight spot.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I think this is a case of anything you can do, we can do too. I mean, they're matching each other like for like here.
Loses his balance and loses the ball. Lobs it in gently. He's got through. It's found its way to him. It is a corner. Tries to get it clear. Good challenge, stood up well against his man. Gets into some space. Well, they've broken out here, and this could be... And the shot! Danger averted for now.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
hoists it forward. Looking for space out wide. Has a hit!
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Very little time to go, and they have a free kick in a really promising area.
Yeah, it would seem a little too far out, and this will probably be a dink far post.
He's gone for... Crossbar comes to the rescue. It's got chance to shoot! Forward it goes. That's it, they are out. And that means there is no place for them in the knockout stage. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, Peter, the truth is they haven't been good enough to progress. The table doesn't tell lies.
So welcome one and all to our live coverage of the ongoing group stage here, the tournament making steady progress towards its knockout phase. We'll be ready to go once the final checks are carried out. We have a hugely expectant crowd here. We just hope that the game lives up to the atmosphere. Certainly this is a very, very impressive venue, quite a sight to behold. They appear to be shaping up in a 4-4-2 formation.
Well, what I like about this system, Peter, is the way in which both central midfielders have to work in tandem. If one opts to go forward, the other sits, and when one moves either side to snuff out an attack, the other will hold the central ground. Communication is obviously vital to make it a success, but this team knows what it's doing, and I think we're going to see that reflected.
And we're underway.
He's looked long this time.
Knocks it away. And it's played forward.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough.
Goes for goal! He's delivered all right! Just so calm under pressure.
Oh, this fella's as slippery as an eel the way he freed himself to score. I mean, for that defence, it was a case of, now you've got him, now you don't. Brilliant.
Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
Still a fragile lead, though. They can't afford to sit on this.
Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Forward it goes. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Lobs it in gently, and help's available out wide. It's gone out for a throw-in. Quick, he's gone for it! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
And that has been cleared. And the defence can get it clear. He's made sure that that won't get through. Tries to get it forward quickly. Just brushed off the ball there. Loose ball, who's going to get there? Great reaction! And the ball's come out! And the follow-up! Battles to win it back. Tries a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, what can I say? Truly wonderful goalkeeping.
We hit half-time, so there you have it. A close-fought half of football, but one that still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
And the game has already resumed here. So, 45 minutes to turn it round. It's got through to him. And he's cut it out. Could be a... He's gone for it! No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Looking for space out wide. Gets the better of his man. And he's got the ball glued to his feet. Going through. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Has he picked him out? Oh, shooting chance! Good clearance and very necessary. Been levered clear.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
Jim, there's not too much subtlety or sophistication about this. It really is a question of needs must.
Spot on, Peter.
Hoists it forward.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
Hoists it forward. He's in space and looking for options.
Well, it remains to be seen whether they can come up with that little bit of class to rescue this situation, and it needs to be any time now, really.
And it's played forward. Out towards the flank. Away from immediate danger. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Always in the balance, and in the end, one goal was enough. They are narrowly beaten. Your reflections then, Jim?
That's a fairly demoralising loss. They hardly threatened, and this was about as insipid as it comes.